What's up, Capoeira Nation? Welcome back to the Capoeira Experience Podcast. Once again, thank you so much to everyone that supports this project, which is made for our Capoeira community, and I hope you can find value in this information. So this is your host, Instructor Kashishi from Capoeira Brazil, Indianapolis. So on today's episode, I have a huge pleasure to interview a new friend. He started Capoeira in 2002, fascinated with Capoeira. He learned pretty fast and started teaching a couple years after. He's under the supervision of Mestre Porquinho, and he's also, I'm pretty sure you've seen it somewhere in the online, creator of the Capoeira Tombo Capoeira gear, instructor Darta from Grupo, Companhia Perna Pro Ar in Poland. How are you doing, man?
Yes, up players. Thanks for having me. Hi,
Yes,
everyone.
yes, of course, man. And so before we jump into the interview, tell us your social medias, including Tombo.
Okay. Hi, once again. Hi,
Yes.
everyone. You can find me mostly on Instagram. I'm most active there on at Dartalian. It's
Nice.
Dartali. Sorry, EIN. Dartalian. I will
Nice.
probably write it somewhere over
Yeah,
here
yeah,
so it'll
yeah,
be
I will,
easier.
well, yeah,
and
yeah.
if you are interested in that kind of t-shirts that we both wearing,
Nice,
you can
nice,
find
nice,
this. You can find this at Tombo Wear. So
nice,
at Tombo Wear.
nice. And so that's also your personal Instagram in uh the Tombo Gear apparel,
Exactly.
right? And what
Yes.
about the website for people? So if whenever they like the t-shirts, hats, I know you have hats and a lot of cool stuff there. Well, how people can find it?
Yeah, it's www.tombo.pro. Pro.
Cool,
www.tombo.pro.
cool. Nice. So yeah, that way people can find there. Those gears are awesome, man. If you
Thank
get
you. Thank you.
opportunity for to buy some of those gear, for sure get it. You can represent capoeira there. So tell us a little bit about your story from the beginning until now. You can start however you want.
Oh, that's some crazy over there. You will hear because, uh, like you said, like you introduced me, I started in 2002. I was always like the guy from in front of the computer. So most of my life I was like sitting in front of the computer, just playing games and stuff like that with friends.
Cool.
And bad luck was that I was living in a very bad neighborhood. So fights, stuff like that, nothing pleasure.
Okay.
And I decided that the great idea would be to learn martial arts.
Nice.
And I was looking for something, but my parents were like, "No, you will go fight, and you have to learn." So there was school first, and after that, maybe can do some martial arts. So I have to wait until I graduate. After
Okay.
that, I can do whatever I want. So I think it was pretty old when I started at 18.
Okay.
And my friend took me to capoeira class, and I was like skeptical all the way. It's like, man, come on, we'll be rolling cartwheels and handstands, and people would stabbing us with knives. So I
Yeah.
was laughing. Really, I was laughing at him all the way, but I didn't have anyone to go with me somewhere else, so
Yeah.
I just went there. I went there. There was like 100 people over there. It's
Oh
like
wow.
full
Cool.
house,
Wow.
full house. Teacher was that small. I saw him in the front row, like anything. And I know it would sound cheesy,
Yeah.
but on the first training, I knew that I will be doing this for the rest of my life. So that
Nice.
was and all that thing that's about handstands and then that just go away because I heard the bearing bow, I saw the movements, and I was sold. And that was it. My
Your
friend
eyes go
asked,
bigger and like, oh man, what is it? This capoeira?
yeah, it's like totally different. You can find the self-defense over there, of course. You
Oh
know
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. Of course.
people who hearing this probably know that, but I went there for that reasons, and
Okay.
I stayed from all the other reasons. So I think this
Nice.
like I know it sounds cheesy, but it's actually true. My friend did train like for 2 or 3 years more, and I was the only one person who stayed from that hundreds of people on that class. So
Oh, cool. Oh,
that's
crazy. That's
like,
cool. Yeah. Yeah. So to me happened the same. When I started was we were probably like 10 or 15, and I'm the only one left from that group.
yeah, yeah, that's like,
Mhm.
but most of the times like this, it's like you have a generation or one group, and people just go to other stuff, and the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
that's persistent are becoming a capoeira instructors or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And now what happened after you decide like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna stick with capoeira.
Yeah, that was actually not exactly nice things. I don't want to be like controversial stuff like that, but I'm not that guy from the experience, from the best experience in capoeira. Like everything is great, we
Yeah.
dance, fight, we have a community, family, and love each other. I have like exact opposite way. I have to. I actually I that was choice was put in on me because the guy with whom I start training,
Yeah. Yeah.
he was coming to us from like another city, and I respect him greatly for that because he drove like I don't know 300 kilometers
Oh,
to make a
crazy.
class, but he didn't stand this very long. It's understandable. So
Yeah.
after that, he just stopped, no, and there was like a choice. I started late, so I was like 18, 19 years old, and I was in the oldest guys over there. And they just want to stop. There's no training, so we will stop as we go to different things. And I was I have a choice.
Yeah.
Either I took this under my organization, not making trainings, but organize this,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
there will be no capoeira in my city. So
Oh.
for the next like I don't know, it's like long for 3 maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
I was struggling to organize this thing. We were just like picking guys who know the most things. They were trying to make trainings, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
when someone has like 14 years old, he know how to make a mortal, but it doesn't make him a trainer. So that was
Yeah. True. True.
some tough times. And
Yeah.
most of my beginnings, I was focused on the organization side of things. So
Okay.
with the cost of my development as a player.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that wasn't that pleasure, but it it grew to something bigger. Now we have academia, we have lots of high courts.
That's awesome.
Everything is organized. I think everything is organized nice. So, but that was a struggle. That was some life lesson and a struggle.
Nice. Well, at least you got the motivation to keep capoeira there. Because sometimes just people quit and they just say like, "This is too hard. I'm just gonna quit," you know. And I will capoeira or bye, you
Yeah,
know.
usually then they don't take much. Me and my friend, also who is trainer at my city, we often make fun of people who like they have excuses like from us like I I I- I'm like late 10 minutes. I don't bother to go to training. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the same. Like I always talk to people in the interviews that sometimes people like or shoulder hurts they don't go to capoeira or but they can do music, you can play instruments,
exactly,
you can
exactly,
help with it because sometimes some classes are like so you play the instrument while the instructor is teaching the class, then you get to
exactly.
practice music, then you get to see the class.
And good students is knowing this. The
Yeah,
people who are looking for excuses probably will find them. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Capoeira is such a broad spectrum of skills that you can always do something on the training. Sometimes
Oh yeah, for sure.
you are like tired like hell. It's understandable, but not always. Not always. There's always something to do on the
Yeah,
training, even if you have like both legs broken or stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So also también is the case of like because sometimes life happens, like sometimes people they don't have time or they have kids on and all the stuff, but you can do it like even like 5 minutes jinga at home, like just
Or cool.
5 minutes.
We
You need
are
some capoeira.
exactly. We are like very skeptical with my friend because he has a 3 children, wife and 3 children,
Oh,
three
cool.
small children, and
Oh wow.
he's a trained. He makes a trainings, but he's on every one of them. There's no excuses like my
That's
child is
awesome.
waiting. And it's not that he's a bad father, quite
Yeah,
opposite. He's a great
of
father,
course.
but he knows how to organize things.
Yeah,
And I have that story that a few years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I have like bad luck in life with my work and stuff like that. And I also like to repeat this to my students that I had times when I was riding on training
yeah,
and I was hungry. I was actually hungry and I was thinking, oh man, I don't know, I will eat after the training because I don't have money.
yeah,
But
yeah,
what the hell? I have to make the training. So I go
yeah,
there, make training, and worry about the stuff. But that's the extreme. That's the
yeah, yeah,
extreme
yeah,
example. But there was a time like this also.
yeah. Plus, like you hang out with your friends. You in class. You go to class. You make new friends. Make new friends, and you just like go there. And sometimes that's like not the escape of reality, but can be the opportunity to feel better. You know.
Of course, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it takes some time because I also don't believe in that kind of things when people just came to training and they think they find the family. They find a good place. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
family it creates after a few years. You have to like
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
pour a lot of sweat, blood, and tears with people to connect them really. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It
a
takes time.
helpful yeah, it's helpful environment even for the new people.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It takes time to build that like family sense of like feeling. It takes
Yeah, yeah.
time. Yeah. Then when you start teaching, how do you organize? Is it there, since you're in Poland? Um, do you create like any kind of like entity for like business structure or something like that for capoeira?
Yeah, there were some law problems in Poland with the specific kind of workplace as a teacher of martial arts. You have to
Okay.
do now. It's the law has changed. Everything is quite easier these days. But then we have to like have papers that we are self-defense instructors. So we have to make like special
Oh
uh, courses to teach
yeah.
us that stuff. That was nothing to do with capoeira, but still we have to go there, make this. And normally, until this day, we are working on under the association,
Oh cool. Okay.
uh, and it's quite. It has good sides and bad sides, but more of the good side. We fell to the trap that if we will be association, the city would help us more or something like that. For
Oh,
the,
okay.
but after a few years of trying, not exactly. So for all the young teachers out there, I think it will be better for you to just start your like little company. It will be
Yeah,
easier. It's not will be it organized. Why from the side of organization it will be easier.
yeah.
But we are quite big, so we are working on as an association, and that works quite fine from almost from the beginnings.
Oh, okay. Is it kind of like a non-profit, or you just like say completely different to non-profit?
It's yes and no.
Okay.
It's working like it's basically non-profit organization, but in our internal laws,
Yeah.
uh, we can like we have a budget and stuff like that. We can divide it to this to the teachers to the when we go to jogos to pay for our stuff also. So
Okay.
so it's working out. It's working out quite good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now stepping back, that was the business part. Now to you, why you got that nickname?
That's- mostly it was not exactly random, but when I started training, I
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
was like a great fan of alien movies. And in the fourth
Oh.
one, there was a
Okay.
guy with the dreadlocks. Maybe you saw that, and I
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
like, and that was nothing to do yet with capoeira. So it's like dreadlocks. I have to have dreadlocks. It's like so
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
was young, and so I was growing my hair to make the dreadlocks. And when I was like in a halfway and look awful, That was my batizado, and I was looking like, I have like curly hairs, so like,
Yeah.
and there was in that times there was like boom in for capoeira in Poland. So on my batizado was like 150 people. It was like
Oh,
a lot
crazy.
of people, and mestres and professores was like shooting the apelidos. It's like because we don't train with them,
Yeah.
but everyone heard that, oh, you have to receive your apelido. So, oh, I want to have apelido. And it's just like, and there was like line of people, and there was like gordo, so much of random stuff. And they like
Yeah.
saw my hair, and I have like goatee,
Okay.
just masters, and just like D'Artagnan. And I was like, come on, it's not nice. What is it? And really, I was at that age, I was not pissed off, but people have like, Guerreiro, Vento, or
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I was like, D'Artagnan, come on, that's not even Portuguese. Well, what is it?
Yeah.
But like I used to say when my students say stuff like that, like they don't like their apelido or something like that, I always tell them that sooner or later, even if you don't like your apelido will find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For sure.
for example, I'm now strongly believe in that thing was from D'Artagnan and the
Yeah.
Musketeers. It's like un por todos e todos por um, one
Yeah.
for all and all for one. But like not everyone, but like when you have that small group of friends, like very small,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you can go all the way for them, and they do the same for you. So it
That's
find me. I
awesome.
didn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it. And
No, that's
find it.
awesome. Which is part of the capoeira too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
everyone together. Oh, that's
Exactly,
awesome, man.
exactly. So it's like everything fits. Everything fits. Just have to
Yeah.
give it some time.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. Now it takes time to get used to the name and don't feel like, oh man, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
How
yeah.
how how you get yours?
So when I started in capoeira, I was super short and I was super skinny. I was probably like in kilograms. I was probably like under 50 kilograms.
Mm.
So I was super skinny, and pounds is probably under 100 pounds. Uh, then I had this necklace as a kashishi. It was probably like 4 or 5 centimeters on kashishi, and
Yeah.
and if you shake it like you can hear the kashishi making the sound. And I think the instructor on that time he was like, "Who doesn't have a nickname?" I raised my hand. We was a group of people, and one guy called Aurelia because he had like big ass ears. And then when he saw me like up and down. He was like, "What kind of nickname can I find you?" And I was like, "I don't know." Then he saw me. I was like, "Kashishi." Then, because I was super skinny, I have a big ass kashishi as a necklace, and like kashishi, and then he was like, "You like it?" I was like, "Yeah," because I mean it's part of the beating bow. No one was called kashishi by on that time, and I haven't made the first kashishi yet. So like I was like, "Yeah, I like it. I like it from the day one."
That's a that's a good story. But most of the time they're like random stuff, and then they just stick, and it's yours.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the instructor was my instructor, so he always was there with us, and he knew
Yeah,
who was.
yeah, that's actually good. That is, I think it's more to it when you receive your apelido from someone who knows you, who know how you
Oh,
train, and
exactly.
how's your mindset, even if you have like 12 years old or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, um, going to I guess it's part of capoeira, but outside of capoeira too. Tell us the story behind Tombo, like the year, how you
Uh,
came up with the idea and how that happened.
yeah, the thing was when I started. Uh, I was like super proud of what I'm doing, and I'm putting
Nice.
this during my teachings in classes and also in Tombo, because I really really actually don't like persons who train capoeira and are like embarrassed of it. It's infuriating when someone trains
Yeah,
and when
yeah,
someone asks him like, "What do you do?" They are like,
yeah, yeah. I do about it.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
Capoeira.
making me, yeah, exactly. It's making me crazy. So
Yeah, yeah.
so I was always like super proud. The problem is there was no options for me to show it outside. Of course, you have like t-shirts
Oh,
from Bachizado, okay,
yeah, yeah.
but uh, mm, the times were tough. The t-shirts were like very poorly done, and the designs on them was actually not that great. It's like palm tree, someone making I love them, so I was walking around with them also outside, but mostly they didn't make a good thing for capoeira. And also, there's a little bit of politics in it. So because you on the training you have to wear like your group t-shirts mostly. On events have to be like white. So there's like some restrictions. It's not bad. I understand it. I also require it on my trainings and like understand the tradition and stuff like that. But I want to show people what I'm doing, and I want my students to be proud of what they're doing, because they deserve it. They train hard as hell. All of you guys who are hearing this, probably because guys who train like so, they're not hearing this. They're at home doing all stuff. People who like determined to and love capoeira, they're like sitting at home with the headphones and listening to us. And that guys, I wanted to create something that they can just show outside, not inside. Outside, that they and it looks good. But that's
something like represents them. As a capoeirista.
So something that they can like identify with. Because you identified primarily with capoeira, secondary with your group, and third, outside of it, no one knows what's the difference between this group, that style, and they just like, what do you do? Just dance, yeah? And you're okay. So and the idea was like for a very long time, because where we started, I was like I said in the beginnings, I was in all that organization stuff. So I have to organize t-shirts, organize events, organize training, stuff like that. And I want to have like influence on how the t-shirts will look like, but I didn't have the skills. So I have to ask my wife, whom I actually found on capoeira. So that was also a great thing. But I always have, because she was a graphic designer, I have to like always ask her, honey, please make this for me. Honey, please make that for me. Honey, I need another t-shirt. And she was like, she was like capoeira, but she went outside eventually, and she liked it. But how often can you ask someone to do a work on something you didn't have much interest in? And she was like infuriating, like, come on, just make it yourself or stuff like that. And actually I did. I just learned how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, all the programs. I went in, because I have some background in the videos, so I have like After Effects, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And I actually learned, and now I'm making all the designs for my group, for the event. And that gives me some abilities to push it forward. And with all those things combined, I was in like I said before, in the low part of my life when I have some financial problems. It was really not nice, and the idea was there, but I need some initial kick, and then the great student of mine, just because most of this stuff I do it myself, but I didn't have confidence. And actually the circumstances were not that good, and he was like pushing me, so he gave me that great kick that I needed.
That's awesome.
So I'm internally grateful. He's working with me, of course, on Tombo, but he was like the initial part when most of the people I had problems and they didn't care. And he was like, come on, let's do this. This is a great idea. He was the only person who thought that at that time, of course. So he pushed at me. I'm eternally grateful for it. And we just tried to do this. We go outside and always to make capoeira proud, to show it outside, and for the guys to have something of their own outside of things that they own. I know it sounds like riddles, but if you, for example, buy stuff like from Adidas or Nike, you don't think that this is great. You just think the quality is good because you know the brand. But I want Tombo to be like the brand for capoeiristas, so they know that they can show outside, but it's a good thing, but not just like t-shirts from events from 10 years ago with
yeah.
the palm tree of the birimbau. So it was great. Probably I'm not making fun of it because I have like the ton of t-shirts, and I have all of them have like emotional value for me.
Yeah.
But Tombo is like it's like really it's just like simple idea to be proud of what you do.
Of course, of course. And so you make yourself like all these designs and the designs that you got and everything.
Yeah, all the designs are mine.
That's awesome, man.
All the t-shirts are made by me because we are small, and I want to say this out loud because I'm not making it for the money.
Yeah, yeah,
If I know it sounds like, oh, clothing brand not for the money.
yeah, yeah.
If it will brings me money in the future, that's great. That's awesome
Of course,
because I will
of course.
do what I love, but I didn't earn anything from it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and probably won't for quite some time.
yeah.
I did it all for really like just for the capoeira. So I make all the t-shirts myself. They are not like largest quantities because I actually don't have much money to invest it.
Of course.
But slowly we are growing. We are growing. We are
That's
supporting
awesome,
players,
man.
and I think in time, most of players can be like really happy. I
Yeah,
saw
oh, for
this.
sure.
I saw this in now I was in the German Open
Okay.
capoeira competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, that was because normally I organize jogos poloneses in Poland, and
Yeah,
but that's like my event, so it's easier to support my event.
of course.
But that was first event outside of Poland in terms of competition and being a sponsor, and
Yeah,
it went great and was very fine, great for me. It was that people whom I know actually were very happy that they received the prizes from Tombo. So that's it.
man. Yeah,
This is like win-win situation. They receive like fine clothes that they are proud of and they can show it outside.
yeah,
We promote capoeira outside because I have like lots of friends from general martial arts community,
yeah,
and they are like telling me that's good stuff. It's like it looks fine. So
yeah,
it's like good
yeah.
also for them. Like I hope in the future we can be like all very proud of it,
Oh, for
and
sure.
wear it like with our heads held high.
Yeah, yeah. Because for example, like I can tell everybody here that this shirt is dope, man. Because like I like texture, I like the design, this little thing here, the if everybody get the opportunity to get one of these t-shirt is completely worth it, honestly. Because the design is really cool, the idea is really cool. I think supporting this kind of stuff is awesome because a lot of people same like you said, a lot of people start something, they get a step into this kind of stuff and they don't find a profit and then they give up. So like I like the idea of you like I want to represent capoeira that doesn't represent like a specific group, it's something generic, it's like capoeira itself. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
When did you start Tombo? When was the idea when you said like, okay, today is gonna be it for sure?
It's like in the T-shirt that you're wearing. It's 2017.
Okay, okay, cool.
It's the date where we actually made the first one. It was like 2 years ago in Poland when we have first on the Jogos Poloneses that we have like little table with only one T-shirt design and one hat. It was
Oh,
like
cool.
super small, but
Yeah.
that was the moment when we started, and I think everyone likes it. So it was good. It was good. It's
Oh, yeah.
2017. It's like officially date of starting Tombo.
Yeah, yeah. Is like what I like about this specific shirt is that it's kind of like the Tombo word is like ow. It's like a this like really cool like peachy texture.
Yeah,
Like
and
peach
I think
texture. That's really
I
cool.
think that you can also notice that the t-shirts are very like thick,
Yeah.
and it's and I have that in mind. If when you buy a t-shirt, you can do it whatever you want with them, but in mind, this is not the t-shirt for the trainings.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So on the training, you have like your t-shirt from Group, from every. and outside you can just wear a nice t-shirt also,
Yeah.
which is not like sweaty and like from 10 years ago, and then
All
just
yellow.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I know this problem like firsthand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me, I got many shirts that they're probably like 5 years old and they're all like yellow. Yeah, yeah, I'm like doesn't even match the Avatar colors anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like your abada is like white and the t-shirts are like not exactly
Like
white.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, exactly. So where the Tombo, why Tombo word?
it's like like I said, that moment in my life wasn't very nice, and we sat with my student, and we tried to think of the name that was actually like have something to know to be familiar from capoeira, but not
Yeah.
like capoeira where it's like too always
Yeah.
too long. It's hard to pronounce,
Good
and we
one.
could
Good one. Yeah.
we need something short and recognizable. And we have some like phrases from capoeira, for example, Tombo da.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
like part, and the sound of that was good. Also, when you translate it, Tombo was like fall,
Yeah.
and that was like it's like the dark humor of mine. It's like
Yeah.
that was my fall in life, but it
Yeah.
will probably put me on. I hope so. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like a little bit of nihilistic humor in there.
Oh yeah. Well, after the fall usually comes springs, and
Yeah,
that's it. Back up like awesome.
yeah. So you have
Oh,
to
that's
get
awesome,
up
man.
every time. You have to get up every time.
No, that's awesome, man. I think this is a great idea. I think I really congratulations for this idea because
Thank you very much. I'm.
yeah,
It really
it's
means much to me when people just you don't have to buy it. I understand if someone don't have money or just don't want, but if someone telling me that they like it, and without any specific reason, not that I like it and I want it for free,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
that is suspicious. But when
yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah.
generally like telling me, man, this is a good, and oh, thanks, that's warms my heart really. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, of course, and I'm 100% sure, and I hope whoever is listening to the podcast right now, and I get a chance to go check it out because not just on the social media, also on the website, and even if it's a hat, especially summertime, it's awesome. Do you have sweatshirts too?
Not yet, but
Not yet. Okay.
this
For
year for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Well, for example, like California is not really cold here in the US. Doesn't get really cold, but they can wear T-shirts, and it's usually warm in there. Or Vegas, or like if you go to a mall, you can wear this T-shirt, or you go to a date, to a movie, or whatever. But honestly, make sure you get a hat or a T-shirt or anything there because you are gonna represent capoeira. And what do you do there?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so how do you get to promote or to to advertise to sponsor the yogos there because I know that they weren't part of your group, right? It was something like
Yes.
different group and all that. Tell us a little bit
Uh,
about that one.
uh, I was actually a little bit scared of it because I know the Mestri Nagechi, who organizes that event, and
Yeah,
he's a friend of my Mestri. So I was going there on behalf of my Mestri, just to help with the event. And Mestri Nagechi asked me if I wanted to also to support him, like to also because that was also another time when this was like win-win situation. This was good for him to have some
yeah,
stuff like for the prizes, and it's good for me to show it.
of course.
And actually, I was so pleasantly surprised because event was great. It was big. The organization was like top notch,
Yeah,
and
nice.
there was like very uh, big number of players,
That's
and
awesome.
really. I'm not full of myself. I'm just saying that I was very happy because the people feel it what I wanted to do. They was like generally happy with the prizes. They was like they felt like a brand who is around, not inside the capoeira, but around
Yeah,
it event. And I always saying like play the greater game,
yeah,
to
yeah,
support
yeah.
the players. And they I think they felt it, like they felt like they are doing something special. They
That's awesome.
trained uh, hard,
Yeah.
and the feeling was there. So that was like great event, and I'm sure I will be there next year.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Plus, that helps you to for people to know more your brand. To know that there is something out there that represents people or capoeiristas besides just the group.
Yeah, exactly, and not colliding with the group. So that's very important.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
exactly.
but the times changed a little bit. Now there's like jogos in every country. So the paradox is that I'm not 100% happy with the idea of jogos, but
Yeah.
I'm the one of the few persons in my country that organize it,
Oh,
and
nice.
I was like pioneer because uh, there is a thing that when you are older in capoeira and in life, you know that
Yeah,
the competition it's not the exactly thing in capoeira,
yeah, yeah,
but young people doesn't know that, and it's very important today for them to have something other than batizado once a year
yeah.
to have
Just
like
something to have fun.
motivation to work
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're like and especially these days when you can have like a certificate of trainer of something in
yeah,
just
yeah,
2 weekends. You
yeah.
just
Pretty
can
much.
get and your teacher is telling me you have to like working your off for a year and maybe you receive another corda. It's like what? It's like they
Yeah,
don't have like special events that can just pull them up. So
yeah,
jogos are
yeah,
like strategically wise from the groups and the teachers like important stuff. So I want more for them to have like more motivation and
to push
to
themselves
just
to train and
yeah,
all that. Yeah,
because later they will understand that it's not about who's better in games. How can you like really being serious? How can you decide whom's capoeira is better?
yeah.
What minute,
Capoeira
1 minute
involves so much.
yeah. So it's like, but I think also the judges and the people who organize this also the more higher chords than
Yeah,
me, they also understand that this is like things for the young for them to have some opportunities to develop themselves and later they will get it that is like there's times for hard play, there's times for
yeah,
lighter
yeah,
play, but 1 minute of jogo say nothing about your capoeira.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and it's 1 minute is a 1 minute, and 1 minute is you say like, oh, 1 minute is not that much, but when you playing, like, man, 1 minute,
Yeah,
when is this over?
I was starting also in this German Open, and I get the guy who win 2 years ago in Poland,
Yeah.
Instructor Negu, and
Okay.
he's like
Cool.
10 years younger than me. He was like he's like walking with making saltos. He's like
Yeah.
killer, and I was like, come on, come
Yeah.
on. But the other thing is that he's experienced, and we know that this is not a jogo to kill each other, but
Yeah.
just to make a great game. And
Yeah.
eventually, I think it was a very good game. So
That's awesome, man.
it's like,
That's awesome. As long as you have fun, like you enjoy
exactly,
it and you just go there to have fun.
exactly.
Yeah. So then, how? I'm pretty sure out there are gonna be people saying like, hey, like I wanna also have my capoeira brand, or have my capoeira identity to like identify capoeirista or something that identifies besides my group. What would you recommend to people that have any idea for creating a capoeira brand? What would you say to them?
Uh, First and foremost, just go with it,
Yeah,
because if you have idea, what's the if you don't try it, so it's like just only like a smoke in the head. It's nothing, and you just have to try it.
yeah,
And okay, if you just give it like 2 years of work, of actually work, then you
yeah,
can
yeah,
say it was. Then you can just. It's like with training, It's like
yeah, yeah,
you have to go to train, work yourself, and
yeah,
then you can decide if it's good for you.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, and if you actually learn something, it's the same thing. You just have to try it. There's, I'm like all over the net trying to find some other brands, and there are some stuff over there. Actually, one of my friends from Germany also have one like brand. So it's like that's a thing now, and I think actually it's good because
yeah.
also that thing with that part of community and communication capoeira will be helpful because I'm already in touch with some other brands. We are speaking
That's
maybe some
that's awesome.
collaboration because they're actually they're just like only clothes.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
wear them, so there's you don't have to be like hostile to another brand. Like I'm just like, it's like, doesn't make sense.
yeah,
So
yeah,
first of all, try, go with it, work your ass off, because without work there's nothing. And like in training, the consequence, how do you say it?
yeah.
You
Consequences.
have to be consequent. Yeah, you have to
Uh,
be like,
oh, you mean
not
consistent?
consequences, but consistent. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
what's the word? You have to be consistent. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you have, like, give yourself a deadline, like I don't know,
Oh, okay.
a
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
I will work for a year and check it out. Other than that, you need some luck, of course, and some good people. But like I said, don't have to, because you don't need like 10 people to tell
yeah,
you that it's a good shit. You just need one guy who will kick you in the ass and say, come on, man, that's good, let's do this. So don't
yeah, yeah.
worry if my parents, they still to this day tell me to quit capoeira. So it's like, come on, I'm almost trained as long as half of my life. So and they
Yeah, yeah,
still like,
same.
they saying they accept this, but it's like not exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
same.
so even the people that are the closest to you, they will put some shit on you. That's life. That's people.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
So stick with yourself, with your idea. Go for it. Try it. You have to try it. Don't just don't think about it. Just have to try it, and we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see.
take actions on those ideas.
Yeah. Like jump into play. You just can't have
Yeah,
job always
exactly.
nearby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that one. I say the same on like for the podcast. Like being the podcast is like playing in the hoda. You know, you just buy the game, you just have a organic conversation. You just it's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
it's not like have to be this way. Then I like organic, like a capoeira game. Not that such man.
Exactly. So like it's all fit together. Like if you give it some time, it all fit together.
Yeah. So then now to getting a little bit close to the end. Um, how what do you think how capoeira can come together? You know, because sometimes I feel that capoeira. I always say this: capoeira was created to bring people together. You know, like for example, like we met through Instagram, and we talk for a little bit, like hey, let's bring it to a podcast, and then now we made it work, and that's a new friendship. Then capoeira is like that, you know, that from the beginning the capoeira was created until now, capoeira still is for that. How do you think capoeira community can come together, can like
Uh,
stick
yeah,
together,
I
you know?
I actually, like I said before, I have some not good experience generally
Yeah,
with capoeira, not with like with the art, but
yeah,
with
yeah,
the whole stuff around it. So for me, from my perspective now, when I'm like teaching like and organizing a group like for 15 years, I think.
yeah,
So I actually, like I said, I don't believe it in all that optimistic bull. Like we are loving each other because we're making the same thing. Everything is great. We will dance. We will sing. That works for like a year and a half for people and for the
yeah,
young people. When they like stick when the reality attacks them, the reality of life, they just tend to change mind. So I think it's nothing bad with the optimistic stuff. It's like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it's there, but not for everyone. And but I think also the capoeira world is a little bit like it's a little bit lying, just a little, because it says like we are open, you can play capoeira with everyone everywhere, but actually, can you? It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
most of group, not most of, because I don't want to be understand wrong. Some
yeah,
of the
yeah,
group don't like each other. Some mesties don't like each other, and the students are like cut in the middle of some crazy politics.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
and you cannot go around it if you are not a high enough chord or not adult enough. Because if
yeah.
you are a teenager, you just don't understand that stuff.
You just repeating.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think for we have to focus nowadays these days on the groundwork. So the good teachers with experience, knowledge, and skills have to organize their own groups so they can be like example for their students to show them that capoeira is open and it's good. Because if you took it like from everyone will just get together, have a party, play, it works, but later it tends to get weird and complicated when they don't have an authority and the people who can turn to it. So the teachers organize the groups, they give the good values to the especially the kids. Then you are have like creating a community with internal structure. That kind of smaller communities can really greatly work together on the larger scale, but they have to be like organized communities. And after that, that becomes a bigger group. So then bigger groups work together, and then everyone can understand each other like on the even level. There's no politics, no envy, no
do this, I do this.
Yeah, exactly. So and there was a time in Poland that was groups so who doesn't like each other only because the mestris doesn't like each other.
I see that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Now because of that, groups are great at working together, but on the professional level, not on the things like, come on, let's make a holda, and after that we go on a beer. That's for the middle courts, like for the people who like train, doesn't have trainings with kids yet, or maybe something. But for the higher courts, they have to be professional. Of course, they have to have like good time. Of course. But if they keep their professional level on the level, then they, because I have like some papers working about that stuff. Maybe I'll just put them in a few years on the YouTube, because this is actually some very interesting science stuff. That whole community chemistry and stuff like that. But to make it this short, you have to be skillful, respectful, and have good organization. And from that level, everyone can understand each other, and there will be no mistakes, no disrespectful stuff. So, for example, if you teach your students to be disrespectful towards you, they will have disrespectful
towards
students.
The community,
Yeah, exactly, and they will teach some little disrespectful alumnos. So it's like example have to go from the top. You
of course,
in most of the groups you have like mastery, and I actually from many years I do everything like my mastery told me, not because I don't have my own mind, but
of course,
because I agree with him towards the capoeira like 1000%.
That's awesome.
And looking from the years I'm with him, he's right. He was telling stuff that I was like, man, this is like stupid when I was younger. And then now when I'm looking at it, it was like super wise stuff, and I understand it, and I'm trying to also to make it, and it's like it's working out.
Yeah, well, sometimes I feel like not everyone has the same like like phases. Like sometimes something can click when you are 12, or something can click when you are 30, and you're like,
Exactly.
oh man, this actually makes a lot of sense, and you told me this 10 years ago.
Like, they was telling that your cerebral cortex in mind is it's forming up to 25, 26 years old. So I remember myself when I was 25, 26 years old, and man, I was stupid as that was awful. But not everyone at that age is stupid. That means,
of course.
only from my experience, I was stupid as really. and now I have some experience, and it works. It's working out for me. Sometimes I have some like great students that have like they were already formed at 12 years old. They know everything. They like just like they mind when set, but they can change. also on the bad side, because every few years your character change, circumstances in life change. So it's not everyone will be with capoeira all the way.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. And now to kind of like wrap it up, do you have two more questions? Do you have any events coming up for there in Poland?
Actually, no, and I'm very happy about it, because since February we have like every week there was an event. So crazy. So, and I'm just looking forward to spend some time with my wife.
Nice.
Because I think we have like on October probably Bachizado in Germany, because I'm going
cool.
to my to Germany for Bachizado, and until then I have some time for myself to train actually, and not just go to the events and just work my ass off. So for now, hopefully I have some peace.
Yeah. But how far are you from like Germany and Holland and all that? How far?
Even that I live close to the German border, my city Szczecin, it's like very close, but I have like 700 kilometers to my mastery, so it's like
crazy far.
It's like some trip, but we will make it gladly. Really,
is that probably like couple hours driving, like couple few hours?
8. Last time on the German Open Jokos, we were riding 11 hours, so that was like some crazy shit, really. But what can you do?
Yeah. I mean, for capoeira, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now, to wrap it up, what kind of advice would you give to the capoeira community?
Oh, guys, have to drop some heavy bombs over here. Oh no, because later they will be telling that was that one guy who wasn't optimistic and was like telling shit. But for all of you that train, is that you have to remember that generally you do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Really, like in the basic level. And if you will be getting better, wiser, and will develop yourself, you will help the community. It has to go from down. So be better, train hard, learn a bunch of stuff, read, watch internet. You have you can watch hodas that I can even dream of when I was young, because we don't have a YouTube. Now you can capoeira looks in other cities. So work hard and respect your trainers, because you don't know how they sacrifice most of the time for you, so you can have, because you already have on the podcast some people that were making trainings for 3 people, and they have to drove hour 2 hours to making trainings. Young people don't understand that. They don't know. So you don't have to, and you youngsters out there, you don't have to understand it yet, but you have to respect it. So just be respectful. Just be respectful. That'll be okay. For all you teachers, that I'm greatly respectful for every people that making trainings. Guys, you have to value yourself. And that doesn't mean money, but you have to respect your time, your health, because if your life will fall apart, that will be going down. So your students won't have teachers. So, and this is not selfish, but please respect yourself and value yourself. You have to have time, you have to have money, you have to have health to teach your beloved alumnos, really.
Yeah. Plus that, like, once you respect yourself, you learn how to respect others too.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And now to finish, what are your social medias again?
Okay, I'm on the Instagram as Dart Alien. I will try to spell it right again. DARTDALEN. Dart Alien. I hope it's right.
Nice. We'll have it somewhere in the description.
And if you like my stuff from Tombo, it's on the Instagram and also on Facebook. It's at Tombo. And our webpage is www.tombo.pro. It's PRO. You can
Nice.
find us there. If you want to ask me something, not always about Tombo, about anything, hit me over there. I'm very active on the Instagram, so I will for sure answer you.
Nice, nice. And do you have any like on Facebook?
Yeah. Also, but it's like my name and my surname, and you will probably don't know how to spell it, but it's like at Michał Marciniak. But
Okay.
if you find Tombu or find me on the Instagram, you can also find me on Facebook. So
Oh,
I'm
cool,
also
cool. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, man, thank you so much for the opportunity and sharing your Capoeira experience, your information with Tombo. I hope like someone out there find and check your work out because this, I feel like this is a really good work, and I hope the Capoeira community keeps supporting and I hope grow faster so you can see results in that too.
yeah. Thank you very much, and man, keep it up because
Thank you.
I know all that cutting stuff. I'm working in this business, so I know it's a lot of work, organization stuff. We had like an hour of technical difficulties before that, guys. So you just know. And so it's not easy. So it's not easy bread. It's a lot of work, and it helps. And it helps. And it helps growing a community. It helps young
Yes.
guys, and helps. It brings some hope for the old, like cranky guys like me. So keep it up, man. The work is
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
I will spread your word
Thank
whatever
you.
I can on the internet. So thank you for the opportunity,
Of
and
course.
keep it up.
Thank you, man. Like I said, like I always say it for every interview, this for the Capoeira community, and because I want the Capoeira community to understand more what they do, what they do. You know. Perfect. Thank you so much, man. And
Yeah.
we'll
Thank you.
talk to you soon.
Yeah. Hope so. Hope so. Take
Ashe.
care, guys. Take care, everyone.
Hey, I hope you like this video and you like this interview as I did. Please turn those notifications on. Please subscribe and comment down below your thoughts and any question you have for any capoeirist in the world. If you have one question, what it will be? Please share with your friends, share with everyone in the capoeira community. Let them know the Capoeira Podcast Experience is open for everyone. Doesn't matter group, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter the planet, doesn't matter the earth. If you're from Mars, but you do capoeira, I'm going to have you here. Okay, let's share this experience so awesome that capoeira give us. Okay, please comment down below. Let us know what you think. Peace.